So welcome everyone to Mindful Minutes. It's lovely to see you in the various rooms. And this is just a reminder, if you haven't already, to just silence your devices or to put them on vibrate. And if you're calling in on the phone, to have it set in a way that any internal music won't come on during the call. So again, I'm Trish Magyari, and it's lovely to be with you this afternoon for our practice time. And we'll begin just by bringing our attention to having arrived and set this time aside. So perhaps we'll bring our attention to just settling into the chair if you are sitting, letting yourself really settle into that support. Noticing the sense of contact with the chair. And also noticing the support of the floor beneath you. Just allowing your feet as well to rest. Bringing attention to being here in this particular time at just after noon on Thursday, April 21st, 2016. And let's begin by taking some stress-relieving deep belly breaths. Deep breath in, filling the belly, the ribs and lungs, and inviting a long exhale. Perhaps relaxing the jaw and the tongue on the exhale. And we'll do that 2 more times. Deep breath in and out. And once more. Before we start with the rest of the practice, to perhaps just giving some attention to your body, perhaps moving forward in the chair a little bit and doing a few shoulder rolls, bringing the shoulders forward and up, up, up towards the ears on the in-breath, squeezing the shoulder blades together and down on the exhale. And again. And once more. And then reversing, squeezing the shoulder blades together and up on the inhale and forward and down on the exhale. Last time. And now maybe just lifting one shoulder and then the other. And just gently allowing your neck to roll in a very easy way. Nice and slow and easy. Bringing along your awareness of the body. And then reversing direction. Now in an easy way, finding yourself to a point of stillness, perhaps settling back into the chair, sensing that support once more. We'll begin to move into our still practice, and today we're going to be doing the self-compassion break, which is one of the core meditations from mindful self-compassion. We'll begin by once more bringing our attention to being here in the chair, sensing the support of the floor. Bringing attention into the body and sensing the breath. Just resting there for the next few breath cycles. And taking this time to move from our usual state of doing in the workday into just being. Just being here as we are, nothing to change or fix. Nothing to make bad or wrong. Just resting. Sensing the breath. And in the mindful self-compassion break, at a certain point we'll be exploring the sense of soothing touch. One of the ways that we experience self-compassion is often through a sense of soothing touch. Other ways are through gentle or encouraging, kind words that we might offer to ourselves. And a third aspect is through warmth, actual physical warmth. So we'll begin with exploring the soothing touch. And throughout this exercise, I'll be encouraging you to experiment and just notice which of the ways of offering yourself this soothing touch might feel the most kind to you. Just noticing which ones help you to feel your friendly intent to yourself, your sense that you're with yourself. Perhaps that sense of, yes, I'm being soothed now. There are a number of different options. One of them is something we have explored before, and that is putting one or both hands over our own heart. So I'll invite you to do that now, and during this time you might have your eyes closed, or if you'd prefer having them open, just resting on the table in front of you or your lap. Tuning into that sense of your own contact, the warmth generated from your hands. Bringing attention here, perhaps with the breath, using the breath to help you to experience this warmth. And now I'll invite you to simply put one hand or both hands on your cheeks, either resting your face in your hands or perhaps just gently gliding your hands down over the joint of the jaw, where we often hold a lot of tension. Now letting that be and just placing one of your hands or both of your hands on your upper arms, and again just gliding down there. Or perhaps just having both of your hands on your upper arms and giving yourself a gentle hug. Sensing yourself with yourself in this hug. And just noticing how that is for you, this gentle hug, fully experiencing it and letting it be. And this time I'll invite you to place one hand on your heart and the other one on your belly. And just tuning into the sensations of breath flowing first through the belly and then expanding up through the body. The breath filling the chest as well. Noticing the contact and any sensation, warmth from your hands, your friendly intent. And now shifting and placing both hands lightly over the belly. Sensing the belly rising with the in-breath and gently pressing against the hands and falling on the out-breath. And lastly, I'll invite you to just gently place one hand in the other in your lap. And if it feels comfortable, to have a light grip on one of the hands as if you're holding your own hand. You might even say that to yourself. I'm here for myself now. I'm holding my own hand. Just taking a moment now to notice these different options that we've explored and which one felt the most soothing to yourself, or the one that allowed you to sense your own presence with yourself and in a kind and friendly way, or to sense that support. And just for that last moment, I'll invite you to offer yourself that soothing touch in the cheek or the heart, the belly, or your lap. Allowing yourself to open to the support you're offering to yourself, to take it in and receive. You can continue to offer yourself that soothing touch, or you can return your hands to your lap for the next portion. We'll begin the formal self-compassion break. And in this meditation, I'll be inviting you to bring to mind some situation in your life right now that you're experiencing some stress around, something challenging, not the most challenging, something that's in the mild to moderate range, something that you'd like to work with and perhaps bring some self-soothing and kindness, compassion to. And as you bring this situation to mind, you can begin to notice how you experience it when you bring it to mind, just noticing what's happening in the body. And if stress is arising, feel free at any time during this time to offer yourself that soothing touch, perhaps accompanying yourself that way through the entire exercise. Noticing any feelings that arise as you bring this challenge to mind. Noticing if so far there haven't been any physical sensations or feelings that have arisen, then you might choose something that's just slightly more challenging, so you'll have something to work with during this time. Or if it has felt good to you to just offer yourself self-soothing, you can feel free to do that. And once more, recalling this challenging situation that you've chosen to work with, we'll begin to bring some mindfulness to it, really taking in that the ways that perhaps we have found the situation stressful, either physically, emotionally, or mentally. And in acknowledging that, we might just say to ourselves, ouch, this hurts, or this is stressful. And while you're noticing that ouch and this is stressful, you might also notice that you're here with yourself. And feel free to offer yourself that soothing touch to soothe that sense of ouch. And now, once more, recalling the situation that you've chosen to work with, notice that others around the world are likely to be experiencing something similar, or they may have experienced something like that in their lifetime. It can be an act of compassion to notice that we aren't alone. And you might say that to yourself, I'm not alone. Or stress is a part of life. Or we all struggle in our lives. And this is what it feels like to have a challenge or stress. Now I invite you, if you haven't already, to, out of acknowledging the challenge, the way you're experiencing it, to offer yourself that soothing touch. Perhaps putting the hands on your cheek, your heart, your belly, feeling the warmth of your hands and the gentle touch, your kind intent, using the form of soothing touch that you have found most helpful for you, that's right for you. And now tuning into yourself and Noticing if there are any words that might feel particularly kind and encouraging to yourself that you might offer to yourself right now. Perhaps the words that you most long to hear, that feel best to your own ears and heart. Perhaps words like, I'm here with myself. I accept myself just as I am. Or perhaps, I love myself just as I am. Trying on some of these words and also noticing if there are other words that might sound even better to you. Offering yourself those. And each time you speak them, noticing if you can open to receive them, perhaps using the breath to help you to receive. And lastly, we'll explore offering ourselves some well wishes. I'll be offering certain phrases and I'll invite you to offer these to yourself, maintaining a sense of connection with yourself, either through that sense of contact, physical contact, or just sensing yourself with yourself through mindfulness in this moment, or even bringing an image of yourself to mind as you are today or as you were as a younger person. And the first phrase is, may I be kind to myself. Not as a demand, but just simply as a wish from your heart, an offering. May I accept myself as I am. May I allow myself to make mistakes, to learn and grow in life. May I be safe. May I be happy and contented. The phrases, or perhaps just a particular word like happy or kind or safe, sounded particularly good to your ears and heart, and offering them to yourself a few more times in whatever form of the phrase sounds best to you, creates the greatest sense of ease. offering it to yourself as a wish or an affirmation, perhaps even using your own name. And now just noticing what has been most pleasant or helpful for you during this time. Perhaps one of the methods of soothing touch on your cheek, your heart, holding your own hands, or perhaps one of the phrases, just making a note of it yourself and knowing that you can come back to this and use it during your workday, during your everyday life, during stressful moments, taking a moment to acknowledging the stress and to offer yourself this self-kindness, self-compassion. And as we begin to draw this to a close, just taking a moment right now to notice whatever's most pleasant for you in this moment. It might be something from the meditation that we've just done, or it might just be a sense of breath in the belly, or sounds that you're finding pleasant, or just your overall state in this moment. Perhaps using your breath to help you to focus on that and just savoring it for a moment, letting it blossom in your awareness, drinking in the nourishment of this moment. I'll invite you now to return your awareness to the breath, sensing the breath in the body for the next 3 breath cycles. From the beginning of each in-breath to the end of each out-breath. Without stirring up too much doing, we'll begin to expand our awareness to include the entire body. The sense of yourself sitting here, making contact with the chair and the floor. Opening up to also include any moods or feelings flowing through you now. Perhaps taking a moment to acknowledge to yourself however you're feeling. Noticing the general state of your mind. Opening to receive sound and other sensory perceptions. When you're ready, in an easy way, if your eyes have been closed, you can reopen them or open your gaze to include the entire room. And feel free to shift your position, beginning to wiggle your fingers and toes, perhaps rolling your shoulders again. And let's just together take one more of those mindful sighs. Deep breath in and out. Thank you everyone for your attention. It's been a pleasure being with you during these mindful moments. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your workday.